Good afternoon.
It is.
This is exciting.
It is.
I would like to have a conversation about the art of allowing. The desire, that's easy. The desire, that's delicious. That's fun. Is it possible to want something so badly that you keep it from yourself?
Exactly, and those words all explain why, don't they?
Can you elaborate, please?
Well, when it feels uncomfortable in the desire, I want it so badly it hurts. I want it so badly that even the idea of not getting it is intolerable. That's too painful to even contemplate. You can't get there from there because every subject is two subjects. And so in those words, which we're not wanting you to change your words because the universe is not listening to your words anyway. The universe is listening to the vibration which you recognize by the way you feel. But when you want something badly, the dominant part of your frequency is the absence of it. That's why it feels bad when you focus upon it. And it's only because you haven't taken the next step, which is exactly what you are wisely asking about. In other words, you're not allowing something you want when you feel bad when you think about it. That's disallowing it. The way you feel lets you know that. So the process is simpler than it might seem. The process is to find a way of speaking, thinking, speaking, acting, thinking, speaking, acting, but mostly thinking, and speaking a little and acting some, but mostly thinking and feeling. The key is to find a way to think about it until you are able to feel good when you think about it. When you want something that you believe is possible, there's no split energy in that. But when you want something that you doubt, there's split energy in it, and that's why it feels badly.
So using words, or even possibly thinking, when holding it there saying, when that happens, is that something that will keep it from happening, or is it...
Give us more about what you mean.
Let's say...
When that happens, I'll feel good.
When that happens, I will be able to do this.
The thing about that is, it's logical, and you've had enough experience to know that there is a trajectory that is logical, so you can follow that path to some extent. But there's a dead end eventually, because eventually, especially for those like you who are becoming more and more masterful in your creating, if changing a condition is necessary in order to adjust your mood, and the condition is something that you believe is not controllable by you, really nothing is uncontrollable by you, but this red hot minute it might not be. It's sort of like if you plant the seed of the corn and you want it to be ready to eat today, you're going to be disappointed. And you can't control it with others in your life sometimes. You can demand some movement. I said, don't do that, and I meant it. But when you say to the corn, I said, I want you to grow into a full ear of corn today, and I mean it. The corn is not influenced by your determination. It's on a trajectory that if you blend with it, you will be led to corn that is ready. You see, because this is always true. Whatever you want, whenever you want it. This is always true. Whatever you want, whenever you want it. But there is a trick. There is a skill. Whatever I want, whenever I want it, provided I'm in sync with what I want and not in sync with the absence of what I want. And you have to figure that out. And the only way you can figure it out is by wanting things until it feels good to want them. Esther was so annoyed with us in the beginning. Abraham, by the time I believe it, then I don't need it to happen in order to feel good. Think about what she was saying or what you might be saying. That just seemed like the biggest trick of all the universe. Okay, Abraham, Esther would say, so you're telling me that if I really want something and I'll feel better in having it, that if I can feel better even before I get it, then it will come. Well, too little, too late, Esther said. Too little, too late. Where were you when I needed you to help me feel better? And we said, off being a perfect match to what you had going on. Off demonstrating to you the way the universe works. Law of attraction never tricks you. It always reflects back to you how you feel. Well, once you figure out that you can control the way you feel about everything that you want, now the universe is just yielding to you the delicious unfolding path. And before long, what you begin to notice is not only do you get to the outcome that you have been reaching for, but you had way more fun along the way to it than you've ever had before in all of your life. You begin to understand that it's the richness of the path that you came for, not for the culmination at the end of the path. You also get it that there's no ending to the path. That's another thing that irritated Esther. Oh, yeah. So I know what I don't want, so I know what I do want, and I know what I don't want, so I know what I do want. So I launch these rockets, and these rockets feel really weird to me at first because mostly I'm a vibrational match to this and not to this. Mostly a match to the absence of it and not the presence of it. But I hear you, Abraham, and I do your silly processes, and I practice, and I bring myself into vibrational alignment with what I want, meaning I talk more about what I want and why I want it. I don't try to figure out how and where and when and who. I just talk about what I want. It's sort of that sweet spot that we're talking about. This is Esther speaking. And then I find vibrational alignment with what I want. I find the alignment and I feel it click into place. I feel that sweet spot, that absence of resistance, that feeling of certainty and clarity and knowing. And then it manifests. Oh, man, does that feel good for about that long. And then immediately a whole new set of contrasting experiences reveal themselves to me, as if you've all got it planned, as if I only get to be in that place that I thought I wanted to be for a moment, because my new perspective gives me new insight and causes me to ask for different things, you see. So until you become at one with the never-ending awareness of what you want, it's always going to feel bad. You're always going to feel badly about it. But once you get hold of this, it's always moving, it's always evolving. I always get there, and getting there isn't what I'm after anyway. It's a reason to focus myself into alignment. That is, hear this, that's the reason that desire is so sweet. It's your reason to focus into the alignment of who you are, into the understanding that your source has. Your source not only knows what you want and every nuance of it. Your source knows where it is. But even more, your source knows all the fun paths to it.